Welcome back to Four Side Football. Today, I have myself, Ale, and Sandro. Today,
So
we're going to be making our best 11 of players that are currently playing if we can have them at their best form or best prime. It's a weird way of explaining it, but players that we would, our starting 11 of players we would have now if we can have them at any time in their career.
kind of like build a squad, but with like
Players that,
players
players that
that
are still currently playing.
that are playing. Yeah, none of them
Yeah,
have to be retired.
yeah, it's not really, I was trying to think of like a simplified way of saying it, but I couldn't.
like for example, if Bale didn't retire this year,
Yeah, like I could have Bill at his Madrid time or his Tottenham time, whatever. But we'll go goalies first, and then we'll go position by position. All right.
also we had one rule. The one rule was actually we had technically two rules.
Mhm.
They have to be playing, and you can't have more than two people from the same country on your team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just to make it fair. Otherwise, we could put like five Brazilians in the team, and then it's
Where's the fun of math? Come on.
yeah, exactly. Like we might end up having like all the same players. This time, I think we might have. There'll be a lot of same players, but I feel like it'll be more spread out.
Yeah, I'm actually interested because I'm interested to see it actually.
Before I was recording, I said we should all have the same front three. There's
I don't
one
think we
exception.
do.
There's one exception. Or there's four players, and one of like, if any of other people of those four are in the front three, I'll be surprised because
I'm
there's
kind of thinking that there's five now because I
no,
could think of four, but now that you said it, and I'm thinking it's coming from a Man City fan, I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's five.
no. There's four that I'm thinking of. If there's any other, if any one of us have anyone other than these four in the front three, I'll be surprised. So
Why he's looking at me?
because
Hey,
you're the
Alan,
one.
Alan, you got to start us off here. This was your idea, and yeah, you have the hottest takes out of all of us. So you gotta get them out now.
All right. So for me, my goalkeeper, I picked Neuer. I was gonna go with Buffon or Casillas, but Casillas retired in 2020. I simply went with Neuer just because he's won a Champions League. He's won a World Cup. I know Buffon has won a World Cup, and he had a really good World Cup run. And Buffon's a legend. The longevity that he had playing and still playing. I was surprised he's playing. Like
Yeah.
you said, he's 48,
Nah, he's like, bro, he played like 2 weeks.
45.
45.
He
It's
played
not
like 2 weeks ago against Inter.
that's insane. But Neuer it is. So what next?
And I put Buffon. Maybe it's the Italian in me. I think it's a toss up between him or Neuer. I think Buffon's one of the best goalies of all time. I think he's the best goalie of all time. Maybe this is a little bit of bias, but I think he's won every trophy except Champions League. He was incredible in the World Cup.
Did he win Euros?
Fine couple final losses. He did not win though.
Yeah, no, okay, maybe okay. He hasn't won two trophies.
So that's why
But he's not.
Neuer for me came on top. And I would have had Casillas.
Neuer never won the Euros.
He's won Euros.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't won the Euros?
No,
No,
Okay, well, he has one
never won
trophy.
the
I thought
Euros.
of-
Alan, you sound so bad on this channel right now. Like just saying.
Okay.
Well, I think he's one of the best goalies of all time. His the long
Longevity.
longevity. That's the word. His longevity is crazy. He was still playing at the highest level even when he was like 30 something. He's only just recently went to Parma and said he'd be. Man, he was instrumental in that World Cup run in against Italy or for Italy in 2006. He was in part of like some of the best defenses with Juve, with Chiellini, Barzagli, Bonucci. He's been in some like incredible Juve teams. There's just so much that I can say about this guy. He was, man, the best goalie of all time. So I have Buffon.
Well, I think you've said everything that I was going to say because Buffon's in my starting 11 as well. Like he just instrumental those 9-10 seasons where Juve won, 9 consecutive titles. He was the captain uh, for those teams, the leader. Again, yeah, World Cup title. Without him, who knows if we would have won. Came up short in a few Champions Leagues, but again, like just getting the teams to the finals, like the Juve teams, and yeah, PSG didn't make it to the final that year. Not that I think, but he was the main reason. So yeah, he definitely is the greatest goalie of all time in my eyes. Deserves a spot in my starting 11.
Mhm.
Yeah, I simply didn't go Neuer just because the Champions League and because I thought Neuer won the Euros. But also one of the big reasons was because when I mentioned Buffon, you right away were like, "Yeah, he's still playing." I'm like, "Okay, he has been fine." But
That was the first thing he said to me. I was just like, yeah, that's right. Syria B. Gotta put him in.
Yeah, that was my first name. Had to go in.
okay, I'm gonna start off with my left back first, just because I'm a little disappointed in my left back pick. So this is probably my weakest pick, but I have Jordi Alba. Oh wait, no, I have sorry. That was gonna be my pick, but I have two Spaniards already that I wouldn't take out. So I have Alaba,
Mm.
which is even less for me. My first pick would have been Marcelo, but it's
Right.
Alaba.
Mm.
That's
You're
all.
not gonna, oh, you're not
That's
gonna,
all. I'm
okay.
not proud of that, so I'm not gonna even.
Okay.
I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
I have Alaba too, because honestly I was struggling for left backs. I wanted to put Marcelo, but I already had two
Oh,
Brazilians.
okay, same thing.
So, and even if I had a spot for a Spanish, I don't think I would have put Jordi Alba ahead of Alaba.
Really?
I think, bro, he's just so versatile. Alaba, he was everywhere for Bayern. The way Pep used him at that Bayern team, bro, he could play as a CDM, a center back, he could play left mid if you really needed him to, left back. I think of this generation, especially, and like players that are still playing, I think he's the best there is. Maybe not best there. I literally just thought of this now. Maybe you could have put Robertson, but
I literally just thought of Davies.
no,
I would have put
no,
Davies.
no,
Young,
Not
young
yet.
goat.
Not yet.
no, not yet.
I would have been more proud of that.
I literally just thought of Robertson now, but maybe, but even still, I think Alaba's had a longer career and he's had a better career so far. Robertson's just kind of been good like these last 5 years, but Alaba's been good for like I don't know if it's been 10 years, but he's been good for a long time. So I put Alaba as
Nice.
left back.
Well, I was able to put Marcelo in, so he's my left back. I was just like, both of you skipped on him because you have two Brazilians. Here I am, like, nah, I worked it out. You know, Marcelo's the left back in my lineup. Come on, just one of the best left backs in the world. Played for one of the best teams in the world. How many Champions League titles does he have? I don't even know anymore. 5, 6.
Four, I think.
Yeah, I think 4.
He was there for 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
like
he
at
was
least 4 of them. But
Well, yeah, he does have
He
5.
does
He was
have
there
5.
last year.
He
He
was
was
there
there
last
last year.
see that's what I mean. So he's got 5 just right away. Had to put him in.
Mhm.
Well, I respect that. I would like we all would
Yeah,
have had him.
if I
So
could have fit him in, 100% he would have been in there because
It's more my right back. That's maybe going to be the weaker point, but I still justify the pick I put.
so I'm gonna go with my right back. I think we should just go left back, right back. My right back. This was the deciding factor, but it was Danny Alves. I feel like it had to be. Is the most decorated player in the game. You know, like he had Real Madrid in his pocket for so long, and I know that because I'm a Real Madrid fan. But man, the way he would just dominate us, every El Clasico I've seen, like I don't think he ever had like he had like maybe two bad El Clasicos, but like never nothing like terrible. And you can never just specifically say, "Oh, it's his fault." A lot of the time, it'd be like, "Oh, it's Pique's fault," or "It's Alba's fault." You know, Alba, Jordi Alba. But Danny Alves was always so strong and probably one of the strongest defense I've seen in Barca. You know, so I had to go for him.
I also have Dani Alves, one of, if not the best right back of all time. He's won the most trophies out of anyone in football. Yeah, most decorated. He's like, I don't know, maybe reinvented like the right back, what it means to like go forward and be like an attacking right back, if anything. Like he was maybe the first of it, like in those Pep teams. Yeah, one of the best right backs of all time. I can't, at least off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone. So yeah, Daniel was that right back.
Yeah, he sweeps the board. Come on, Danny Alves had to go right back for me. There's really no one else that has dominated that position. Like unanimous decision, really.
Wait, so you have Danny Alves too?
Yes.
Also, all three of us have Danny Alves.
Yeah.
So wait, that means
I mean, there's someone in your front three that's acceptable. But if it's the person I'm thinking of, then it's okay. But if it's not the person that I'm thinking of in your front three,
No, it's probably the person you're thinking of. Don't worry.
I think okay. Let's go to center backs. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
so Rose is not
Exactly.
gonna be happy with it, but before my center back, I have Virgil van Dijk.
No.
We'll go one at a time. Virgil van Dijk. So, this again, we could pick them at their best, and Virgil van Dijk at his best. You can't argue. He was so good.
He's good. I'm not saying he's not good, but
And now that even after his injury, like he's still adapting, and like he's not as good as he was, I feel like, but he's still really, really good. I'd still put him in like top 5 center backs in the Prem right now.
right now, yeah.
Like
In the Prem, yeah, right now. But of all time, I think there's still players that play that are better than him. That I'll take like all time in like this scenario that we're doing.
Well, this is my second center back, so I think for all of us, like my second pick center back, I'm saving my stronger one for the next one. So you should start with your second one.
Okay, I'll do my least controversial one. It's not even controversial, but when I get to the second center back,
Okay.
you might say something. So my first center back, I have Ramos. I think he's one of the best center backs of all time. Won how many trophies at Madrid? Was instrumental in those teams. Was a leader in that team. When he wasn't there, you can tell like there was something off. They lost something without him there. He's one of the best center backs of all time. Maybe a little bit reckless with his red cards, but even still, like the stuff he does, he's a good ball playing center back too. Like he moves forward, bro. You can rely on him even if you need a penalty. You can rely on him. So I think he's one of the best of all times. So I have Ramos.
Yeah, Russo, same with you. Sergio Ramos is literally my captain kind of thing. Between him and Buffon, who would I give the seat to? It's between both of them, but yeah, he was the total package. He could score goals. Just the last minute goals he scored for Madrid that were iconic. Champions League finals. The only downfall, is him getting sent off the Reds. But looking past that, all the trophies he lifted for those teams, he has to be on this starting 11.
Okay, well, I'll start. I don't know if you guys know this, but my favorite player of all time, excluding my country, is Ramos.
All right.
I love Ramos. I adore him. If I could be Ramos, I would be Ramos. He makes me want to be white.
What? That's okay.
No, Ramos is my favorite. And even him being sent off, I loved it. Like, there's only one time Ramos has ever gotten me upset, and it was when he injured Mo Salah right before the World Cup. But, like, it just shows, like, how competitive he is, and, like, what a great captain he is. And I'll never forget that clip. It's kind of like the passing of the torch of my favorite player of all time to my current favorite player. It was when Ramos said, "Kill him." To Valverde. And like that clip just shows like how great Ramos is and the leadership he has. Like he puts the team before himself. And no one's more important than the team, the club. And you have to admire that. So he's my captain. He's my pick for my last center back. So we all got Ramos. So let's hear this.
Okay, my second center back, the second Italian, Giorgio Chiellini. I have him as my second center back. I think he doesn't get talked about enough. He, again, like Buffon, he was part of those Italy teams. Even just look at the Euros with him and Bonucci. They didn't lose a step. They were him or Bonucci could have even been up there for player of the tournament for Italy. He was that good for us in the tournament.
It's not that bad of a pick.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe like it's controversial because you could have said Van Dijk or I don't know who else, PK even. But or I have Chiellini because I think again was part of those Juve teams. Went to I think two for sure Champions League finals. Went to 2 Euro finals. Like he was incredible. Part of like also like Bonucci was part of the center back. Him, Bonucci, and Barzagli, that pairing. Captain of Italy, he was incredible. Lifted the Euros last summer.
MLS Cup too.
Well,
Just pass.
well, I'm not counting that, but I don't really care about that. But no, he's one of the best center backs of this generation. I have him. I love him. I had to get another Italian in there somewhere, and the center back defense was the only way I could slip one in. So Chiellini and Ramos are my two.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. How about you, Sandro?
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Kawini, I completely forgot about. It's like you said, that overlooked. So I'm not gonna lie to you and put him in right now. Virgil van Dijk is my other center back.
Okay.
Here I am, like shit. Yeah, that's right. Bale is the only one that retired, not Kawini. He's still going, but no, I think it is a toss up between Kawini. Like you brought up some good points, and Van Dijk. I'm gonna go more with Van Dijk a little bit, but. Good pick. Sorry, Kawini, for forgetting you. So ashamed to be an Italian right now, but yeah, no.
Well, I almost forgot about it too, but Squidward had to go in.
Yeah, totally forgot about the MLS for like shit. Who went to the MLS? Like, but no, Van Dijk to me is a very good leader as well. So I think him, with Ramos in my lineup, that would be it's a good center back duo.
Sure.
So for my CDM, this is gonna be controversial. Did you see it?
No, but if it's who we were talking about before,
It's Conte.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Me as the manager, okay, I'm gonna be the new coach. I'm making a big decision to put Conte as a CDM. That's his role. Okay. He's not a center mid no more, he's a CDM.
Oh, okay.
All right. Conte has the stamina, some of the best tackles to be one of the best CDMs to ever play. Okay. He could go from one end of the field back and make a clean tackle, no problem. So that's why I'm putting him as my CDM. He's a great guy. Love his smile. My CDM.
It's not even a CDM, but this is a different this is a different discussion for another day. We talked about this before. My CDM, I have Busquets, one of the best defensive midfielders of all time, one of the best sixers of all time. Was instrumental again in those Pep teams. Just the way he dictated play, the way he broke lines, just everything about him. He was just so calm on the ball. There's no way to, there's not there. I don't know. Like usually you have to watch the game to like appreciate him because he's obviously not gonna get the stats or
He's
whatever.
great.
But
He's a good guy.
his passes, the ranges of passes he can do is like it's he's one of the players, like he's an eye test player. You have to watch him to know how good he is. He's one of the best CDMs of all time, or maybe not of all time, but he's definitely one of the best CDMs of this generation. So, and he's still playing. He's not as good now, but
just so we could say something quickly, some backstory on how we got this idea is me and Russo started talking about CDMs. So just to be clear, my picks would be Busquets last, Casemiro,
wow.
and then Conte.
Oh my gosh. Again, it's another topic for another day because he was also saying Casemiro is better than Rodri right now, but that's
No, I did not say no. I did not say no.
no. But you were making an argument for it.
We'll talk about that another
Again, yeah, it's another topic for another day. But even that list is atrocious. The fact you have Kante ahead of Busquets. Kante isn't even a CDM. Bro.
Conte in another universe is the best CDM to ever play.
He's not even a pro.
Anyway, Sandro, you can go next.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't really make my squad with a CDM. I got two center mids and a center attacking midfield. So no CDM for me, but I got Luka Modric as my first center midfielder just that season alone where he won the Ballon d'Or, he cemented a spot. again, the leadership is there, still playing now. Doesn't look like he has any signs of slowing down. Without him, I'm gonna say it. That Madrid, the Madrid midfield would be, not as good as it was, and he is definitely the centerpiece in my midfield right now until my next pick. But had to put him in.
Made a mistake. But no, that's a good transition because my center mid is Modric. And like you said, Alessandro, so perfectly, I think Modric is probably one of the best signings Madrid has ever made because Cruz is good, Casemiro is good, but Modric really he's also another true leader. And last season he had such a good season, and it kind of rolled over to this World Cup. Ever since the World Cup, he's had you could tell he left everything at the World Cup. I feel like and last year he was very truthful to his word, and he said he's not going to leave Real Madrid, but to not expect him to stay for too much longer. And he signed a 1-year contract. But yeah, everyone's grateful for what Modric has done, and at his age, he's still going. One of the best midfields of all time. I have to say, honestly, if you don't have him, it'll be a little weird, but I have to say top 5 midfielders of all time. Like, not maybe even you could fight for top 3. Like, he's at that table. He's sitting there at that table. He's definitely one of the best midfielders.
So he's in all 3 of our teams. I have Modric.
Okay.
My first center Modric.
All right,
Ballon d'Or winner. As part of the Madrid teams, one of the best 3-man midfields of all time, in Cruz, Casemiro. The stuff he does, let alone, or just like for Croatia, like he carries that nation on his back. He's done 2 World Cups, brought them to a 2nd place and a 3rd place. Like, he's incredible. Deserved of his Ballon d'Or. Some people say maybe he doesn't, but the stuff he does is, man, he's incredible. He's ranging the passes. He's just so silky on the ball. His dribbling, everything. His IQ is just man. When he retires, he'll go down as one of the best midfielders of all time. I have him as my first CM.
All right, well, that's back to me here. I got my second center midfielder still playing. Thank God it's in Japan, but still playing. Iniesta, had to put him in. Come on, not the only Barca player on my starting 11, but in my opinion, one of the greatest midfielders as well. You can argue up there with Modric. Just him with Pep Guardiola was a scary midfield. Obviously, we brought Russo. You have Busquets. Iniesta was more of the attacking midfielder, like central, while Busquets had the defensive. But I think without him, that Barca team would not have done the things they've done. So Iniesta and Modric as my 2 center mids, I think, is unstoppable.
Yeah, for me, I also have Iniesta. Thank God. As a Real Madrid fan, I appreciate good football. And Iniesta is, I feel like, more he gets his flowers now, but especially when Xavi retired, Xavi was known to be, I feel like, the better one of the two. But in my eyes, it's always been Iniesta. So there's not much to say that you didn't say Iniesta is one of the best.
Okay, I don't have Iniesta.
Let me guess. You can say it. I already know who it is.
When this guy retires, he's gonna retire as the best midfielder in Prem history.
Okay.
Kevin De Bruyne, just the stuff he does. Either way, I couldn't fit Iniesta into the team. Anyways, I already have Busquets and Ramos, but I'm not gonna lie, De Bruyne was the second one on this list. I had Buffon first, and then I put De Bruyne. I think when he retires, he's gonna retire as the best midfielder in the Prem history. I think he already is the best midfielder in Prem history. Just, man, this guy is incredible. He's not only just a great player, but he's a leader of the team. He's an on-field leader. He leads by his actions, not just his words. Like, there's just so many examples I can pick of. Last season, he was instrumental. He probably won us the league last year against Aston Villa. He took the team on his back. He carried us. He lifted us. and not even just last year. Like this guy, he's won back-to-back PFA Player of the Years, only done by I think one or two players. I think it's done Thierry Henry for sure. I think Ronaldo did it too. This guy, he if I'm not gonna say he should have won. If Belgium, if he had a good nation and good players behind him, he could have easily have won a Ballon d'Or like this year. If Belgium did good in the World Cup, he didn't have a good World Cup, but if he could have, or even the Euros, if they did good in the Euros last summer, he could have easily have been up there for Ballon d'Or with Messi and Loa or Benzema. Like he's this, and that's just like accomplishments, but like his technical ability to like, oh, his passing, shooting, dribbling, his pace with the ball is insane. I can This sound like it sounds like I'm me writing him right now. Like I'm glazing super hard, but like, he, I love this guy. He's just so good, and he doesn't get appreciated enough. Like, bro, like when I see people compare this guy to Bruno Fernandes, like that's an insult to him. Like Bruno's nowhere near him. When he retires, he's gonna retire as one of the best midfielders. He's gonna retire the best midfielder in Premier history, and he's gonna retire as one of the best midfielders of all time when it's said and done. Just the stuff he does, his assist numbers, his goal numbers, everything. Like I can keep going on, but I'm glazing so hard. I'm me writing extremely hard right now. So Sandro, go.
All right. I don't know how I, top what you just said, but I also, okay, so Russo, I hope you don't mind. I did put De Bruyne in my starting 11 as a center attacking midfielder. I know he plays that position too. And again, I think any position in the midfield that Kevin plays, he's going to be number one at. So I think me making him my attacking midfielder is, just as good as making him my center midfielder. Obviously, you just glazed him so much. I don't think I need to add that. So whatever Russo just said is exactly why Kevin De Bruyne is in my starting 11.
Well, we're up to the last three now. So
there's 4 names that are acceptable. So if anyone other than these 4 names are on here, I don't know. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
We're gonna start off with left because we all know big dog. Messi.
On the left? You mean the right?
I mean the right. The right, my bad.
Yeah, the right. Okay, yeah, Messi. El GOAT.
El GOAT.
Yeah, no, I put Messi. Come on.
Okay. My heart stopped.
Yeah, there's really no explaining that pick. I think it's an obvious pick why Messi is on our right wing position.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I mean,
nothing that
bro,
needs to be
like,
said. No, there's nothing that needs to be said. Just
literally, yeah, like you won the World Cup this year.
Yeah.
7 Ballon d'Ors, gonna be 8.
Gonna be 8, yeah.
Countless trophies, countless goal season, 90 plus goal seasons. There's nothing else that needs to be said.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to right.
Left.
No, this was right.
Sorry. Neymar.
Yeah.
On the left?
Yeah.
I have Neymar too.
I don't have Neymar.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was never a Neymar fan. So my left wing, just because I want to be a little bit more diverse, and I actually think he's that good, but for the sake of it, I put Sadio Mane. That guy was a beast in a Liverpool jersey. He's a beast in a Bayern jersey. I know he's hurt right now, but listen, Neymar, I'm sorry you broke football with that transfer fee. Sadio Mane is going to take up my left wing spot. I need some African flair in my starting 11.
That's a surprise. That's definitely one of the 4 names I was not expecting.
Hey, I told you I can be like Alec, controversial, but it's justified. How many goals did he score last season? 23.
No, yeah, like you can even see now like how Liverpool's struggling without Mane. Like
exactly right. So they probably kicking themselves for the fee they got. They should have got like 100 mil.
He's like the Messi of Africa, to be honest. Like
that's what I mean. So is it really that? Okay, obviously not that bad of a pick. I know Neymar's Neymar, but I already had 2 Brazilians in my back line, so I had to put in a favorite player of mine.
See, I picked Neymar because of the striker I'm about to say. Suarez.
Get the.
I think MSN is one of the most unstoppable.
You don't have Ronaldo in your team.
I don't have Ronaldo.
See, okay, so that's worse than mine. I find Ronaldo's my striker.
Yeah, he's my striker too.
But here's the thing.
He's the
building a team,
second goat.
you build a
Are
team,
you-
right? You have to think like, okay, Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo. You know, like, is it gonna work?
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
You stick Ronaldo in the box. You don't need him as another. Just stick him in the box. Look, you have so many creators around him,
And think about if he had Suarez at his prime with MSN.
bro. If I did that, I would just take Ronaldo out. I'll have MSN or whatever. But
No man.
no,
For me,
no,
again, as a Real Madrid fan, MSN is the the
yeah, best front three.
the best front three, and I
The
think
three-headed dragon.
it'll
Yeah.
work as well as Ronaldo in the
If,
in my opinion. In my
but it's like prime Ronaldo. The only thing I'll give you, prime Ronaldo was probably better out on the wing. He was probably better as out when he was on the left in those like early Madrid days or like later on. But then when Zidane came in, he was like more as a striker. Zidane was playing like with like a two striker.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I put him as striker. But
But I also don't think he would gel as well with Messi and Suarez. I mean Messi and Neymar.
maybe not. But honestly, like they're all balled up. The thing is, like someone has to, if it's that front three, like someone's gonna have to make a sacrifice.
It's kind of like
not
this. Like
hold the ball.
think about Mbappe. Mbappe is probably at one of the best forms of his entire career.
Yeah.
You know, and we all know that if it was MSN over Mbappe, MSN would do better.
Well, like if Mbappe was in instead of Suarez,
If Suarez was in instead of Mbappe,
right now, well, you saw that. You saw it. That's
Yeah.
what that MSN.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but bro, honestly, MSN worked just because like there were no egos there. Like everyone, those three dropped their egos and they
It was
just
like the South American.
yeah,
like,
like, they dropped their egos. They got along so well. It's like there was nothing like there was no like clashing of heads type thing.
That's why I picked MSN because to me
Nah.
they're like almost, bro. Of that, I'm so happy that got cut off when it did, man. I'm so happy Neymar moved because as a Real Madrid fan, that was so scary. MSN was one of the scariest things to me
Yeah,
because when it first happened, I was like, oh, this isn't like Suarez, the guy that bit someone at the World Cup. Like, who cares?
Mhm.
But bro, once they started cooking so fast,
Yeah,
so
no.
fast, and it was like they looked so unstoppable. It was really scary. And if they stayed, they probably could have won another two Champions League.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, for sure.
so that's personally why I picked MSN.
Okay.
But
It's fair. It's just I don't know. I have Ronaldo just because like he's the second best player of all time.
No,
I had to put him in.
I was gonna pick him originally, but then I was thinking like, okay, I got into like my manager Heron, you know.
Oh God.
I was like, it's not the right move. Not the right move. I'm not gonna be Bowley, whatever his name for Chelsea.
Todd Bowley?
It's not Bowley right now. Just big names. But who's the fourth guy for you?
My four that where it should have been in there was Messi, Suarez, Neymar, and Suarez. Or
Ronaldo.
Messi, Suarez, Neymar, Ronaldo.
Oh,
Those
okay.
were the four that was high balls.
Okay, so
Mane was a surprise to me.
okay, so
Come
let's
on.
just go over our teams real quick, just so that we could put like our teams in the YouTube video. So I'll just go over mine quickly. I got Neuer in net, Alaba left back, Ramos center back, Virgil center back, Danny Alba's right back, Conte CDM, Modric and Iniesta as center mids, Messi on the right, Neymar on the left, and then Suarez in the middle.
And then I have Buffon, David Alaba on the left, Dani Alves on the right, Chiellini and Ramos as the center backs, Busquets, Modric, De Bruyne, and then Messi, Neymar, and Ronaldo.
All right, so my shot stopper is Gigi Buffon, greatest of all time. My back line from left to right, Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, Virgil van Dijk, Dani Alves. My midfield, Iniesta, Modric, De Bruyne, and my front three, left to right, Mane, Ronaldo, Messi.
Because well, I'll close us off. Guys, you're watching this video, let us know who has the best starting 11. Okay. Be nice in the comments. All right. Leave us your starting 11 and who you think had the best starting 11. So follow the rules. Only 2 people from the same country can be in the same team. They still have to be playing. If you're watching this in 2022, it's okay. You can go back to 2021. Try doing the math. You know what I wanted to put in?
What?
I mean, 2024. 2024. This is 2024, by the way, guys. This video is
It's 2023.
2023.
Alec, come on, man.
It's late.
It is late. Yeah, I'll give you that one, don't worry.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a friend, please.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, great video. Good night.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Hala Madrid.
What?